The purpose of this video is to discuss two applications for 3.4 inheritance of IB biology. The first is inheritance of cystic fibrosis and Huntington's disease as autosomal diseases, and the second is red-green color blindness and hemophilia as examples of sex-linked inheritance. With autosomal diseases, they are usually recessive alleles on a non-sex determining chromosome. This would be for chromosomes 1 through 22 in humans, and those chromosomes are known as autosomes. For recessive alleles, recessive disorders will occur in people who are homozygous recessive. Heterozygous individuals are considered carriers. They possess the recessive allele but are unaffected by the disease. In order for somebody to be affected, both parents must be at least carriers. The first example that we'll discuss is cystic fibrosis. This is an autosomal recessive disease. It affects the CFTR gene on chromosome 7. The protein that is produced is an ineffective chloride ion channel. This causes excessive sodium chloride in sweat and low sodium chloride in digestive juices and mucus. The low sodium chloride in mucus causes it to be thick and sticky. If it's in the lungs, for example, this can cause really bad infections and blockages. About 1 in 20 Europeans have the recessive allele. Huntington's disease is an example of an autosomal dominant genetic disease. It affects the HTT gene on chromosome 4. The protein, called Huntington protein, is affected, but the function of this protein is unknown. What the disease causes is degeneration of the brain, which in effect causes changes in behavior, thinking, and emotions. With this disease, it has a latent expression affecting people starting around 30 to 50 years of age. About 1 in 10,000 people are carriers of the dominant allele that causes Huntington's disease. The other type of disease that we will discuss are those that are inherited through the sex chromosomes, which are called sex-linked diseases. These affect men and women in different frequencies because most of sex-linked diseases are X-linked, meaning that they're found on the X chromosome. Also, most are recessive. For animals, including humans, the gene location on X and Y chromosomes differs. The X chromosome contains many more genes that are not found on the much smaller Y chromosome, and this is usually the cause of sex-linked diseases. During meiosis, when the chromosomes are separating into the different gametes, females can only give an X chromosome, while males can either give an X or Y chromosome. If the offspring is female and affected, the mother must have been a carrier and the father must have also been affected. If the offspring is male and affected, the mother must have been a carrier. Examples that we will go through include red-green color blindness and hemophilia, both of which are X-linked recessive genetic disorders. For red-green color blindness, it affects a photoreceptor protein found in the retina that is used to detect specific wavelengths of light. About 8% of European males are affected by the disease, while 0.5% of European females are affected. Hemophilia, on the other hand, which is a much more deadly genetic disease, affects the factor VIII protein, which is involved in blood clotting. If left untreated, life expectancy is about 10 years. This affects about 1 in 10,000 males and about 1 in 100 million females.